Hi guys, welcome back to Skin at Heart, a world of wellness. My name is Natalia, and today I bring you again Fernando Branco from Reality Transurfing. This is the second interview we'll do with Fernando on Reality Transurfing. You can watch the first interview on the link underneath this interview. And on this interview, the first thing I would like to ask Fernando, and thank you, Fernando, once again for being here with us. I would like to ask you, how does Reality Transurfing Academy works?
Okay. Well, it's like this. I formed, if you like, this way. It's like a channel for people to kind of to um, to support people. A channel that allows people to kind of get more knowledge, more through the training. So this was developed already in 2007, 2008. Uh, Olivier Masselot, the French trainer, and Frank Sanchez, they were doing this the course, which is we kept the same model at Reality Transurfing, the same model, which is like four different modules. We have the first module is awake, the second is aware, the third is master, and the fourth is being. We have four different modules, and this is like if you like, steps towards going deeper into reality transurfing. And this was already developed. I made alterations of adapted to my own style of training. Originally was more kind of fixed, you do this now, 10 minutes later you do that, this kind of thing. But with I'm more for the, if you like, spontaneous kind of way of learning. And I try to pass this knowledge. And every training is different from another, I haven't gone into the online kind of fixed that you can buy the trainings, and then study yourself.
Directly.
No, it's more on a one-to-one basis. All groups of people that come, and I used to go travel much more around the world and go to different places to train groups or single people that wanted to
Yeah,
get.
I know there's an upcoming workshop in February 2020, right? In
Yeah,
Lisbon.
I decided to now. I am retired and I am living in Portugal, in the south of Portugal, in the Alentejo, and
Oh, great.
I and I have with a friend, a partner, as like a farm where we can run these workshops and do different things here. And if you like, you could say like use transurfing as the main concept here, but other things as well. We can also engage, do a little bit of yoga, a little bit of how to eat healthy food, this kind of thing. Just general instruction, like a little bit the way also Vadim Zealand is gone into more, the diet, the things that give us more energy, free energy, that kind of thing. Not to eat so much processed foods and that
Food,
kind of thing.
exercise,
Yeah,
tea.
yeah, a kind of a place where people can come and let go and detox, from the busy kind of stressful lives that sometimes we get kind of uh,
It seems
prisoner
like a
to.
wonderful place to visit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very close. It's nature, pure nature. Um, it's the only neighbors we have is the sheep, like
Yeah.
the sheep and the goats.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful place to live. When
Yeah,
I said visit, it's because I myself was thinking about going there and visiting your place. But
yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds like
Everybody,
the best place to live.
yeah. We want to keep it like compact groups, small, not have like large kind of, because then it kind of spreads out too much, and people, it
Yeah,
becomes like an entertainment thing, and
exactly.
we don't really want to go into that direct workshops for entertainment. We don't want that. We want workshops for integration of something that people
Yeah,
can really take it into themselves and really apply and have real knowledge for them to do what they choose to do with it. You know,
yeah,
this is what I. It's a very common thing to hear. This will be the last workshop you'll ever go to. Because it's like. But I don't mean it like that. But I mean it like something that can
that it
be.
adds value to people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
integration.
when
That's
it's too
why,
crowded,
yeah,
it's more difficult.
that's why the
It's just
last
like,
model, the last model is called being, because it
yeah,
becomes part of you. You don't even have to think anymore. Transurfing technique, this, that, or the other. You kind of just integrate it and you live in that in your, most natural way.
yeah,
Whatever you are in the world, you don't isolate yourself to apply. You can be right in the middle of the the your everyday life, whatever job you choose to do, and apply it and live it, and it's a wonderful thing to have. I really
yeah.
recommend. But what the question was, what is reality transurfing?
What is the Reality Transurfing Academy? And
Academy. Well,
yeah,
it's like a place where people can come uh, to, like, some people want to do it like for themselves, to kind of integrate this knowledge. Uh, so there are courses, personal training, uh, course, and also there are people that want to kind of come and become trainers. They want to do the
they want
the,
to train other
the
people.
actual training is very similar. The personal and the one that people are going to use it professional, for to work with, is very similar. It's still the 4 modules. Uh, we can go more in the practical aspect of applying and working with people, but it's basically the same. The only difference is, the when you go and use it for business, then there is a different price structure
Yeah,
for the trainers when you become a trainer, and or if you just want to use it for personal use, and then it's like the structure is different in that way, the financial
yeah.
aspect of it. But
Then,
yeah,
yeah. Another question that I have that follows just what you were saying about the modules now is like for the average person, what may present a challenge when people are beginning? Like, what are the main aspects of reality transurfing to constantly be aware of? From
okay,
your
Natalia.
experience, like, what would you say about those aspects, or what would you tell
Yeah,
people who are starting off?
yeah. What I would say is it's like it follows the modules. The first module is called Awake. And it's about that. It's really because, you know, we are asleep
Yeah.
in
The
the
matrix.
living automatically, if you like, you know,
Yeah.
through the subconscious. Subconscious is living through us, and we are acting, reacting, and totally unaware of what we are doing, but suffering the consequences, of course. So the first module is awake, and with this module is the basic information is given, like the our our reality is taking place, our, you know, the information from uh, the book, our uh, we talk about the different fields, you know, the morphic fields, if you like. From Sheldrake explains it as the morphic fields. Vadim Zealand calls it the pendulums. How this is controlling us is, and to do to kind of be able to, if you like, to be able to manage that, to control it in the right sense of the word, you have to wake up, and start to and to wake up, you have to kind of develop, you know, use a technique, you know, to keep reminding yourself, am I awake? Am I awake? You know, like during the day. What I used to do and what I recommend people to do is like to wear something unusual on themselves, you know, like put a ribbon around their finger, you know, a ribbon. And then you look at it and say, what's that? Oh, am I awake? And
Yeah.
do that during the day, you know, for a week or so. And it becomes a habit to kind of to remind yourself, to ask, you know, in a conscious way,
To
am I awake?
constantly be awake.
And do
Yeah.
awake. This is vital for transurfing, to be awake. And once you gain this ability to kind of to wake up, in, you know, and question your situation that you find yourself at any moment. I used to do another thing. When I used to see a digital clock, uh, I used to see it during the day. And when I see like the numbers all lining up together, like 22, 22 or 11, 11, I say, oh, am I awake? And this was happening all the time, you know, and it's still, I still do it, you know, like I kind of see the something kind of shape, you know, wakes you, you know, to, oh, what's happening.
Yeah.
Now I use also the when a situation is developing around me that attracts my attention, you know, like if you are in a supermarket or something like that, and all of a sudden there is like a conflict taking place, someone complaining somewhere, or someone uh, you know, acting
Yes.
in a certain way, this
So,
straight away is a sign for me to wake up, you know. It's like,
something that calls our attention.
yeah,
Yeah.
instead of getting into it, observing it passively, you kind of wake up and say, oh, what's going on here, you know. And it's a great feeling because you feel like you are
Alive.
you know, and in control of it, you know, because the way you kind of, if it's something that you can kind of get something from, or interact with it, or have some knowledge from it, or learn something from it, then you expand your state of awareness to 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 the situation, and you kind of observe the eventual um, process
The
of the thing
development
taking
of the
place.
process.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like you become alive. Like you said, you know, you become alive, you know, you kind
Alive. Yeah.
of, and this gives you great joy.
Yeah.
And that's the
The
thing. Then you stay in this vibration of joy, you know, because you think, oh, you know, I'm actually
A creator.
interacting with
I'm a
this thing.
creator.
Yeah, you know, it's, you feel like good. You feel, and then when you feel this joy, you, at the same time you feel grateful because not, you know, maybe most of the population on this planet are not aware of that, that they have this power. And this is why we're doing this work, you know, is to kind of spread this knowledge to people that, you know, it's not about being, you know, the things making you feel more comfortable in life. It's about you using whatever you want to, you know, having a choice. You don't need to have something like like most people have a purpose or a goal, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, I don't have enough money to do that. I would love to have a house on top of a mountain in the what, looking over a lake or something, but I don't have the money, the financial um, possibility of doing that." And this is the greatest mistake one can make, you know, because it's like having the if you like, the objective is what it's important, and then having, you know, knowing that you
The
will
means, the
receive
means
that.
will life will bring them, right? The
Well,
important is to have the intention
yeah,
or the
without,
vision.
without a doubt, you know, once you
The
have that purpose, whatever it, and you don't then need to control it in the normal way, you know, like I have to do this or I have to do that, or I have, you know, you don't, you allow
you
things to
just let
come.
it flow. You allow it to happen. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, and this is what we, you know, the training is, you know, being awake. uh, you can do at first these exercises, you know, or practice this kind of, um,
Yeah,
if
some
you
people
like,
use an elastic on their wrist as well, and
yeah,
it's similar to that movie. I don't know if you saw that movie, Inception. When they were dreaming, they always had a little object so they could remind themselves that,
yeah,
you know, that they were in the dream.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and they could
Vadim
wake up.
Zealand talks about this, the dream, you know, the lucid dreaming, and
Yeah, I know. It was that part of the book I was particularly excited about it because I read earlier this year something about it, and I've been trying to practice it. So I was very into that specific part of reality transurfing
yeah.
myself. Yeah,
But you know, Natalia, the interesting thing is that what he's referring to when he says this lucid dreaming is actually us waking up in this reality, becoming lucid in this reality. You know,
yeah.
waking up because
He
this is
uses
a
it as
dream.
a metaphor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's okay to yeah, go to sleep and dream and wake up in your dream and control it. You know, it's fun. You know, but he's referring to what he's referring to in the book, you know, is waking up in this reality because this is a dream, this is the stage, this is the play, you know. We wake up in it and we become lucid and we can control it.
yeah.
That's what it means.
The whole book, but especially what you just described, it reminded me of a scene from Twin Peaks where David Lynch, he has a dream. He dreams with Monica Bellucci, and then she says to him, "It's like the dreamer who dreams and then lives inside the dream. But who is the dreamer?" And as I was reading Vadim Zeland's Reality Transurfing, I was really like, oh my god, this is just what David Lynch described.
Yeah,
It's just like that scene
yeah.
on
It
the
is,
on Twin Peaks.
a lot of these movies, a lot of these movies in the latest science fiction movies are actually transmitting a message. Whether they are conscious of it or not, I don't know who's
Yeah,
behind the
But the message is always the same. It's it's there. It's wake up. It's the dream. The simultaneous.
Matrix, you know, like
Matrix. Yeah.
It's you know, connecting with who you really are, which is that guy, you know, the hero, Neo.
Neo.
You
Yeah.
know, and that's who you really are. You know, all these thoughts coming in when you wake up in the morning. Oh, I got to do this. I got that. That's not right. That. Or the dog is chewing the cable or whatever. You know, it's not that. That is distractions to take you know, to
take us away from ourselves.
The pendulums then can manage you. But if you wake up and you kind of, what's happening here? You know, I'll give you an example. Yeah.
Yes, please.
This morning, I got a very naughty young dog. He's
what's his name?
Pitufu.
Tufu.
Pitufu. Pitufu.
Pitufu.
And he's very naughty. And last night I left the car charging, you know, with the battery charging. And he just does naughty things because he wants your attention, right? It's like a pendulum coming.
Yes.
Pendulum comes to create a situation to engage you, to take your energy, right? And now the pendulum like uses Pitufo to do something naughty for me to get annoyed and take my energy, you know. So, but when you see it like this, you think, oh my God, you know, you still go through the thing, but you are awake, you know. If you want to get annoyed, you get annoyed. You're not suppressing your
choose.
You know.
You choose how to see it. You can choose to see it half full or half empty. You can choose to see it as positive or negative. And as you choose, you are also choosing the reality you are taking. That makes perfect sense. I have one last question for you. And the question is, for all the transurfers out there, so people who are already doing this and have been doing it, what is your main advice? Like, what should they keep an eye for? I mean, obviously the pendulums, just like you said, and being awake. But what is your advice for the transurfers, the transurfers out there?
My advice is like is really to go deep into it, to get into to really search for the real one in your system. Because we have like many voices, many moments, many influences coming into our manifestation system, but there is the real one is fearless. You know, it's what I mention it very often from the movie Matrix. The Neo is the only one that can overcome the pendulums, right? The agents, you know, the agents are the pendulums, the controllers, the keep the thing so that, you know, the person is kept prisoner. He's the only one that can overcome that. And it's for people, if they can just keep looking for that part of themselves that is totally fearless, you know, is fearless, is all powerful, and has all the right to have whatever they want in their manifestation, you know. And is to connect with that, to find that, to connect with that. And to do that, I think the advice is to really look for the purpose. You know, forget about whether it suits somebody, or if it's going to make somebody else happy or whatever. It's like, what would I do if I had everything already? If I had everything, you know, what would love to be doing, you know? And this is the fundamental question that, you know, we have to put to ourselves to to find the real purpose. This takes a little bit of searching, you know, because sometimes we have goals, you know, we want to do this, that, build this, build that, do this, do that. But that is like the purpose, and then having absolute trust in that real one within you to guide you, to bring to you your purpose, to allow your purpose to take place. That is the key that I deeply recommend to anybody that wants to kind of really live a life that where they feel
fulfilled, alive,
fulfilled,
whole,
and not influenced by as much as possible, you know, because we are still in this reality. But the thing is that when we put the awareness into it, then we can get annoyed. We can, if we fail, we fail, but we are aware of it. We are conscious of it. We're taking responsibility for it, you know. And I am creating this. What is going on with me? Why is this happening to me right now? Like I bang my head on the cupboard on the corner, and I think, what's happening? Why am I doing this? What's going on here? You know, it kind of, I use all those things to kind of wake me up, become aware what's happening. You know, I don't want to be perfect. The purpose is not to become a perfect thing here, because this is like, you know, we live in this, this is a movie, you know, it's like it's not real, it's you know, an illusion. And we play many parts in it, but it's real enough that has an effect on us and affects our state of being, and this is what we need to control. We need to control how these things are they controlling us, or are we in control of our reality? This is the difference. And when we can do that, then we become like you know,
free.
We become the creator. And then it becomes easier. Life becomes easier, you know.
We just flow with it.
Life, it's like some people are scared of knowledge, you know. They think, oh, you know, I'd rather be ignorant and not know anything, you know, like. But this is coming from the
fear.
It's our limited mind being influenced by some pendulum, you know. Oh, it's better not to know anything, you know, like I don't want to know anything. No, I mean,
sometimes people are afraid to expand. They are afraid of the unknown.
And this is what the message is, you know. You don't need to be afraid, because there is like you might not be aware of it yet, but in your system there is the real one, the creator spark, you know, that Vadim Zimmer mentions, the creator spark. It's like the seed that can grow into like total awareness of who you really are. That's wonderful.
Thank you so much, Fernando. This was incredible. Thank you. I feel very for this amazing interview. I also feel grateful to Vadim Zeland for being the vehicle to write this book, which is so well written, and it clarifies so much, and it is so clear for the mind what's its role in reality. And I'm excited to keep on sharing Reality Transurfing. And thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Bye-bye.